Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the 13th episode of Season 1 of Stargate SG1 called Fire and Water. You can check out the full reaction for this video on my Patreon channel. Check out the link in the description below. Last time we saw the team return to Teal'c's previous home to try and stop a ceremony that would see a Goa'uld implanted into his son. They discover his previous home had been burnt down, a traitor mark painted on the side of the house, and no sign of his wife and son. So not great. Whilst there, Teal'c's friend Braytak appeared and helped lead them to where his family is. They get there just in time to stop the ceremony, but they discover his son, Ryak, is ill, and his wife was getting the Goa'ulds to save him. As his son gets weaker, Teal'c gives up his own Goa'ulds to save him. His son starts to get stronger, but Teal'c on the flip side starts getting weaker. Sam and Daniel had just taken a Goa'uld and arrived just in time to give it to Teal'c to save him. His son and wife remain on the planet for some reason that escapes me, and Teal'c's friend shows why he's called Master Braytak when he ninja attacks some people guarding the Stargate. He also remains on the planet to train Teal'c's son. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
Readouts on P8X362, sir. Looks good, especially the mineral scans.
Off-world activation. Repeat. Off-world activation.
That looks like wasn't expected. Tell you what, you don't want to come through that gate unexpectedly, do you?
SG1, sir.
Open the iris. Get a medical team down there.
That's good prep. If there's an unexpected return, get a medical team down there. There's only 3 of them.
Colonel, look at me. Look at me.
Where's Daniel?
They're in shock. Get them to the infirmary.
Daniel's dead, sir.
But he can't be. He's still contracted for 13 episodes. The studio wouldn't let him go that easily. Looked like they were all wet. I mean, the episode's called Fire and Water, so I'm assuming that's the water part. They initially started with that report about mineral scans. I mean, it's a big thing when we find new mineral deposits on Earth. Can you imagine having like free reign to visit other planets and find minerals, all sorts of, I mean, oil, all sorts on other planets, and bringing it back to Earth.
He screamed and there was fire and he called out for help and
That'll be the fire part.
he was gone. He was just...
We're gonna give you a sedative now so you can rest. Nurse? 5 cc.
Of what?
Can I get to look straight ahead, please?
What? What is that?
It's a pen light.
Hypersensitive.
It's all right, Colonel. We can do this after debriefing or even tomorrow.
Thank you.
Well, that seems a bit stupid. Something's obviously happened, and they visited another planet. They should all be going through proper checks. Especially as they're all acting a little weird. At the very least, you keep Jack in for observation if they're in shock.
Gone. Engulfed in fire, sir.
I've always thought that'd be a horrible way to die in fire.
It blasted toward us, and there was a body of water somewhere nearby. We all submerged ourselves. That's what saved us.
That's good. That the fire would go over the top of them, the water would save them.
We'll send a team through to recover the body.
No, sir. It's too volatile, sir.
We've got suits so that people can wear to resist fire. And heats.
Frankly, General, I'm more worried about their post-traumatic symptoms.
The best thing we can do is get them on another mission.
What?
No, sir. I don't agree. I want to keep them under observation for several days at least.
I agree with the doctor. The doctor can override you.
Very well, I'll put them on stand down for 7 days.
And they should be having counselling. Not sure technically what Daniel's position would be, because he's not part of the military. I'm assuming he'd be like a contractor, so it's quite a big thing for them to be giving him a sort of like an official send-off like this. I know he's obviously part of the teams and he's part of the whole program, but well, actually, it was fundamental in the creation of it. It's still a big thing.
He was our voice, our conscience.
If when he did stupid things.
For those of us lucky enough to have known him, he was also a friend.
But he's not dead. Something's happened on that planet. I think isn't the flag given to a family member? I'm assuming Daniel doesn't have any family, so give it to Teal because he's again non-military. Probably the right thing to do.
We commend Daniel Jackson's spirit to the universe he opened up for.
That's quite cool.
Jack?
So he's wet as well. Is he underwater? The effects makes it look like it's some sort of structure underwater. But they said he was lost in fire. That's Jack's house. Nice to see the general there. Look at his hat.
I do not understand this ritual.
It's called a wake.
He looks so unhappy.
Yeah, well, a wake is like a big party, supposed to give the departed a jolly send-off.
Might need to tilt to work on that. Getting flashbacks. Yeah, because they're all perfectly fine and don't need any medical care whatsoever. Friend or foe?
Daniel Jackson. You?
He didn't look very happy. I'm thinking foe. So he wants him to read it? Can he?
It's a very old Earth writing. It's cuneiform. Reveal fate, O Maraka. I'm sorry, I don't know what you want me to do.
Ooh. He was pretty good at that though. His shots were on target. Ooh.
What's on your mind, Colonel?
Whose car was that?
Got an assignment for SG1. Dr. Jackson's apartment needs to be closed by Stargate personnel. It's not an order, it's a request.
Okay. I don't know if that's good or bad to do that, to be honest. My gut instinct was that's a bad thing for them to do at the moment from the way they're behaving, but maybe it would be therapeutic to do that. I don't know on that one.
No, that's my car.
Oh! He took that pretty well, considering. I'd have been furious.
I want to see my friends. I'm not going to translate another word of this until you let me.
What? Speech.
Oh, okay.
English.
What? Fate. Amaroka.
Has he just learnt English by listening to Daniel talk? Well, Amaroka sounds like a person. So what was the fate of that person?
I can't tell you what I don't know.
There was some 80s shoulder pads he's got on.
Or you will die.
Okay. Puts a bit of pressure on. Oh god, he could have come back home and discover he has no home and all his possessions are gone.
Expedition journals, one for each planet we visited. One for Abydos.
Well, surely that shouldn't be allowed. They wouldn't be allowed to
Colonel
have.
O'Neill thinks I'm a geek. I have no idea how to get us back. I'll
Wouldn't be
never
allowed
get
to have
paid.
documents outside of the Stargate base.
Oh, come on, that's his diary. I mean, what's he gonna think?
I get that they think he's dead, but obviously he's going to come back and they'll have read all this
I wonder
stuff.
what they're gonna do with all this stuff.
Maybe give it to a museum? Or start one?
It's going to have to go into storage, and then maybe in the future give it to a museum.
This is a game from ancient Egypt.
Oh, I think she meant just the general historical stuff, not the specific journals and things. Yeah, the general stuff could probably go to a museum. They're probably rare relics. He's got, as Tilt said, that's an Egyptian game. It probably is an original. But the journals and stuff, they could put that into a storage facility at the Stargate, I would assume. And if ever in the future it came out, and everyone knew about the Stargate, then they might have like a museum or something, a public museum, and then they could put that stuff there.
What is it? Bubbles rising?
That is correct. I have experienced it as well.
So they've had a memory of implanted in their minds. Is that why they're a bit messed up? Oh, that was cool. Oh, that was really cool. You saw him slowly walking through the water, because obviously the resistance to the water, and then as he stepped through into air, he sped up. That was very nice. They're really good at doing that little attention to detail that just really makes it good. The scene, really like it.
They think that I'm...
This memory I gave them,
Right.
so they would not return.
So yeah, he put a memory of him dying in all their minds. Is that what caused the shock? Just the fact that they put a memory in their heads?
What is Omaroka? Who is Omaroka?
Sounds like a person.
Mate!
What? On Earth? In Babylon?
Yes,
So what's the fate of his wife?
you have knowledge.
Of Babylon, yes, but only a small amount of knowledge has survived all that time.
You deceive.
Why? God, why would I do that?
You serve the Goa'uld.
No!
Oh, Tilk was there. Does he think because Tilk was there that he serves the Goa'uld?
Tell me, what fate?
I don't know!
So, sounds like he was on Earth 4,000 years ago. The language that's Daniel's trying to translate, is that his language? And it's just, it became part of the Babylonian language that we now see. Don't know, but it sounds like he was on Earth, as was his mate, Omarosa. What happened to her? Or him? Or them? Let's go with them.
All of you have abnormally low levels of serotonin.
Which means?
It's a neurotransmitter that affects moods. Now, low levels would account for depression, but not these other effects.
So this is the after effect of the memory that was implanted.
I thought Daniel Jackson was returning.
Oh my God, I thought the same thing. Why? Is he gone or isn't he?
You saw it happen.
The very fact that they all doubted it would ring alarm bells.
Well, you three were the only witnesses. If you're denying what you saw...
No, sir. I saw him die. We all did. I know he's gone. But I know he's still alive.
So I presented a team through.
Sir, we've got to go back.
You're not going anywhere but the infirmary.
Is that like a defense mechanism? Whenever they think about going back, there's like a thing in there to stop him from going back. It's whatever's happened to their minds is designed to stop them from returning to the planet. I don't know why. Why wouldn't he want more people there? What? Why has he only kept Daniel? No. Why has he only kept Daniel? Why not keep all of them and ask them about his mate? Don't know.
One of our people could still be out there.
Yes, sir.
I would send a team through, not them. But even if you can open that door, you're underwater. I didn't see, or I'm not sure I could tell how deep it was.
You cannot leave this place.
It can't be too deep because there's light coming through.
Give me something to work with here, a time frame.
Babylon.
Narrow it down a touch.
Amaroka feared Belus.
Yes, he was a conqueror. Come back to Earth with me. My books, my library, they're all there.
You serve the Goa'uld.
No!
Yeah, it's because Teal'c thinks that.
Amaroka came to Earth to fight the Goa'uld.
Oh.
You see, in the thousands of years since Amaroka was there, we have become a civilization that rivals that of the Goa'uld.
I don't think you rival them just yet. They're still more advanced than you. Us.
Knowledge is here.
If he can implant memories into someone, I'd have thought he'd have the sort of technology that could maybe get information out of them as well. So I'm sure you could be looking around inside Daniel's head to try and get the information out. I don't think that's a stretch to think that he could probably do that if he can, say, insert a memory into 3 different people like that. Well, if he's on our side, he might be an ally. He's very intense.
I know he's dead. I know he's alive.
Both realities can't be true, yet both seem to be.
It's a conflict that will have to be resolved before I'll authorize your return to active duty, Colonel.
Well, that's fair. Why isn't he... God, he's free and easy sending teams to planets when he probably shouldn't be. Why isn't he sending one now? When he's justified to.
I gave them the memory of your death.
If you can influence memory like that, why don't you search my mind?
Exactly.
I mean, if you have the power, if you have the technology, use it.
It would damage.
I am willing to take the risk.
I am not.
Okay. So... Well, yeah. He says it would damage Daniel if he goes in and takes the memory, and he doesn't want to take the risk. Don't know whether he's saying that because he wants to protect Daniel, or whether he just doesn't want to damage Daniel so we can't get any more information out of him. Maybe a bit of both. And it's backed up by the fact that he's put that memory in the 3, and there's obviously they're not right. It's done something to them, but he had to do that. So I would have thought it would cause more damage putting a memory into someone than it would reading their memories, but yeah. So yeah, but Daniel's willing to take the risk.
There will be much pain.
Okay, so he doesn't want to hurt Daniel. So he does want the information, but not at any cost.
How long do you estimate you were on the other side of the gate?
20 minutes.
3 hours, wasn't it?
You were gone almost 4 hours.
I've had a great deal of success with hypnosis.
That might cause problems with what's happened to them.
Colonel, please. Hypnosis is a modern therapeutic practice.
I've had it for medical purposes.
Someone's been messing with our heads.
So hypnosis is probably not a good idea.
Can you see him?
Yes. He's burning.
No. Go back further. You just arrived. Now look around.
Yeah, go back to the very start. There should be like a blip when things went different. 2 moons.
Looks like some kind of
3 moons.
ocean.
Oh, and a huge planet. I didn't notice that in the background. Wonder what effect that would have on the, on the planet they're on, though. All of those moons. Is it gonna be that guy? So, seen the Gould.
I think he wants to know if we're from the world that built Babylon.
So that's why he took Daniel, because he can read it and understood what he was saying. He didn't need the others.
I'm Daniel. This is Jack.
Hello to you too.
Darkness. Cold. Wet.
That's a lot to do in 3 hours. You'd have to have taken them all down there one by one, done the procedure on them, taken them all back.
Oh my God, Colonel. We left him behind.
We're going back.
Again, I don't know if I'd send them back. Or at least send them back with another team. In fact, probably a couple of teams. It's a rescue mission.
I can't. Whoa, I can't.
Oh. That's good. He says I can't, and then he puts more.
One of the beings called Owns. Yes. Amaroka. Yes. Amaroka. Whoa.
Well, he's gone from not wanting to hurt him to going all in, isn't he?
Came down onto Babylon, under the place of Amaroka, and cut the woman asunder. Oh, God! Oh, God, he killed her. Yes. He was a Gould.
Yes,
Oh.
he murdered my love.
Oh, is he going to take revenge on Daniel? On the flip side, you know, young, free and single?
Daniel!
Is it just the 3 of them? That's crazy. Ooh. Let's say it can't be that deep because there's light coming through, so step through and just push up and try and get to the surface. Like that.
Nim, you have your answer. Now let us go.
What is he going to do now?
You may go.
I'm sorry I couldn't give you the answer you wanted.
Can he help, though? I mean, he's got advanced technologies, and he hates the Gould. Can he be an ally of
We could
theirs?
still become friends, your people and mine.
That's why we were here.
Yeah.
We meant no harm.
I mean, are there more?
Perhaps in time.
Okay, I suppose.
And in time, Daniel, you will find what fate shall reign.
Huh. Okay, so yeah, he's just found out his wife was killed. Seeing them is going to bring back the memory because it happened on Earth, so I kind of get that. But yeah, he could be a useful ally. Are there more of him? I don't know. I like the way, yeah, what fate shall reign, just using that simple phrase. So that's quite cool. Okay, well, not an enemy at least.
Memorial service?
Colonel said some really nice things.
He did. He did?
Anyone record it? Okay. Interesting episode. Kind of glossed over a lot about how was that alien on Earth in the first place. Amaroka. Sorry, so many thoughts got in my head. I can't get them out. Yeah, weird. Doesn't quite make sense. Sounds like Bellas, who was like an emperor or a conqueror, was a Gould. And that was 4,000 years ago. So, again, that kind of goes against the history that I understand of what happened. There weren't Gould on Earth back then, but well, that says there were, so I need to rethink how that all works a bit. So yeah, he wanted to know this alien. Don't think we knew his name, did we? He wants to know, obviously, what happened to his mate. Luckily, they all came through the gate, and Daniel happened to be able to read. I think if any other team came through, you'd be out of luck. It made sense that he thought they were with the Gould because of Teal'c. He didn't seem like a particularly hostile alien, which is why he didn't kill the others. He sent them back with a memory of Daniel dying so that they wouldn't come back and look for him. I'm assuming they're still going to have that memory in their heads, though. They're going to be a bit messed up now and conflicted between Daniel being dead and Daniel being alive. Even though he's in front of them, they still have that memory in their head. That they need to sort that out. That's going to be a problem for them psychologically. I'm assuming it's all back to normal next week. And it's crazy ridiculous that they were sent back, the three of them, on their own on a rescue mission. I mean, I wouldn't have sent them back anyway, but if you do send them back, which I kind of see you might because they do the area, you would send at least another team with them to back them up at the very least, if it's a rescue mission, and to keep an eye on them as well. So that was a bit ridiculous. Again, some really nice touches. That water scene where he walked through the water was really, really good. Well done. Yeah, so it was an interesting episode. Just again, a few things that don't quite make sense. But no, it was enjoyable. I was going to say, well, the fire didn't quite make sense. The episode's called Fire and Water, but it's all water. I suppose there's the fire on the planet, the sulfur, whatever. Saw the fire being ejected, but it's all to do with he put the memory of Daniel dying in fire into their head. So yeah, that's why. So yeah, not a bad episode. Yeah, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and she'll see you for the next one. Be seeing you.